What's up, guys, and welcome back to my podcast, CMR Radio, that I release on a weekly basis, but haven't done in 4 months due to life. Right, so it's 2019 now. Christmas is gone, the New Year's are gone, and as tradition, everyone makes their New Year's resolutions and fails them.
The New Year, New Me.
New Year, New Me bullshit. So today, me and Carl are going to talk about New Year's resolutions, why people fail them, and just some tips that you guys can use to achieve your New Year's resolutions.
So it's just not another New Year, New Fail.
Yeah, New Year, New Fail. So let's actually get into... I looked up some statistics before, like a week ago, and apparently 80% of people fail their New Year's resolutions by February, and only 8% of people actually complete their New Year's resolutions.
Fuck knows about the other 12.
No, it's not 8% completed by February. I can do maths. So, why do you think people fail the New Year's resolutions?
Set them unachievable.
Yeah, I've made some points.
Have you?
Yeah.
Obviously, I reckon most people fail purely because they set the bar too high.
Yeah, that's something that I noticed a lot.
The typical give up alcohol, chocolate, junk food, all that. Throw everything in there in the one and then kind of just end up craving and cold turkey.
Or the alternative, they just eat fucking carrots and lettuces all day.
And then miss it.
Yeah, like you.
That's up. It was cucumber, not carrot.
It's cucumber. I'm eating pickle Rick. So, yeah, what... For fuck's sake.
Pickle dick.
So yeah, one of the biggest things that I always see, especially working in the gym now since New Year's, is that as soon as like the New Year's rush came in and people started coming into the gym, we had a lot of people saying that they were going to train like 5-6 times a week, cut out all their shit foods, which in reality, yeah, probably not the best idea.
Not if they're dropping up from doing nothing.
Yeah,
so thinking they're going to do it.
Yeah,
all
it's like going from like 0 to 100 in 2 seconds.
Half the people, especially if it's the people who are going to get up and go to the gym before work, they're used to that 2 hours in bed and just trying to physically wake up.
Yeah, especially one of the worst things as well is like saying that because obviously we've been training in the mornings a lot, like the past year. Yeah, so we're used to it. We woke up during this winter, woke up during the summer, and it was fine. But all the people that are like, yeah, I'm gonna go to work at like 4 in the morning, go to work at 4 in the morning, go to the gym at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Which, to be fair, we see a lot of people at our gym doing it, but not as many as you'd expect.
You probably see consistency the same 15.
Yeah, 15, 20 people.
Top
but
end.
It's just the fact that what you're going to do, stay in bed with a warm body and covers, or you're going to get up. It's a lot harder than you think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But hey, the benefit of it, like we said before, that 2 hours extra in bed's nice, but feeling more energetic and actually awake during the day because you've got up earlier, you've been more productive earlier, and it's a better mindset for the day. To me, is worth much more.
Yeah, definitely has its benefits, but it's just the sense of, yeah, so have you ever set unrealistic goals or have any experience doing that? Other than the neck reduction surgery.
Still can't get it. Still got a long neck. Again, unrealistic. Again, the looking for a new job kind of thing. It's a typical, right, new year, going to find myself a new job. I mean, by February, I want to be out, and come July... The
thing that I find with them is the reason people fail them is because they'll be like, yeah, so I want to earn... Say if you're like, they earn, let's say, 15 grand a year, and they wanted to go to, let's say, earn more money for the year. And they were like, great, this year I want to earn double that, 30 grand. Yeah, it's all well and good. They'll just expect it. They'll apply for like jobs that are given that sort of salary, but they're not really looking into maybe what it takes to do it. And it's the same thing with everything. Going to the gym 5, 6 times a week, Monday to Friday, when you've not gone to the gym at all. Yeah. First of all, you're not going to know what you're doing. Second of all, it's going to be the fact that you're going to have to try and fit it around your life.
And the next one is obviously at the end of the week, you're knackered because you're not used to it. And then people get especially with the gym, the mindset.
Yeah, binge.
What's the point in the next week? Because I felt worse for the first week because I'm so tired.
Yeah, it's that immediate reaction that people, because you're going to feel like shit at the beginning, aren't you?
Damn right.
It's the same thing as when I wake up at 4 in the morning to go train at 5, but the first hour, I'm absolutely fucking groggy.
You think after Christmas, the first 3 or 4 days of doing it, and it was just like...
Yeah, getting back into it is always the worst part. So I can only imagine how bad it is actually starting it, especially this time of the year. But yeah, I put it down to the fact that they can't track their progression because it's so unrealistic and they don't make the steps to achieve these goals, to say. So if you are going for a new job, like maybe they're not thinking of how they can rewrite their CV or improve their CV or get new skills that will qualify them for more higher paying jobs, or how they could make money on the side.
The typical
They
people
just-
of just applying for anything
Yeah.
and everything and then wondering why they're getting knocked back for it. And
Yeah,
then
which again is fine, but
using that as an excuse then to not progress yourself, there you go, New Year's resolution ruined, purely because you haven't prepared for what you wanted to do. They've just literally knee-jerk reaction gone, I'm going to earn more money, I'll apply for this job, get knocked down. Oh, well,
what do you
stick.
think of people waiting for the new year to set goals?
Why do something tomorrow that can be done today?
Yeah.
This is no different to the people who are going to start a diet on Monday or going to start going to the gym next month and that. And it's just like, why?
Yeah.
Why
had,
next week? Why next month? Why New Year resolution?
yeah, I've had the experience of fucking what is it? So messing up my diet, especially on a competition prep, on like a Saturday, and it's where every fucking podcast I mention that I've done a show.
In America,
America.
if you didn't know, you got to wait for the next podcast to see details.
Oh, that's supposed to come out ages ago. Don't call me out on my own podcast.
Is that what? June last year now.
Also, I've fucking got a video on my laptop. I've got the folder made up for it. I've just not done anything.
Did it
I
ever
scripted
happen?
it. Yeah, well, there's no photos.
New year, new him.
Oh god. But yeah, so I have like, I can understand binging on a Friday and thinking, well, I'll start again on Monday, because it is easier to think, right, I'll just start on Monday and just, because
Wipe
it's
the
the
previous
it's
week
that
away.
initial hard part of because for me it's like, well, I fucked up and I'm not going to see any progression. But then at Monday, I'm like, shit, I could have been where I was on Friday right now and then making progression, and now I've got to spend till Wednesday
Just trying to
running
kind of get back
running
where you were.
running backwards, trying to get where I am. And I've never understood why people would start or wait till the new year, especially like if it's like mid-December. Fair enough, like if going to the gym's like one of your goals or earning more money, because obviously it's mid-December, a lot of things slow down.
Yeah.
And family time, so maybe going to the gym at that time, you're not really going to see much progression, which could have a negative effect on your mindset. But I've never understood, like, from like what November before then, why wait?
See, again, it's one of them. A lot of people use money as an excuse, where it's pointless starting halfway through a month, so I'll start it at the next month. So I
Fuck
haven't
off!
paid.
You already pay half a gym membership if you start halfway through a month.
Exactly. But at the same time, it's one of them where if you've had the idea and you've got the want to go,
The hardest part is
it's-
starting
it's-
it.
even if it was a case of you, like, I mean, like you say, if the excuse of, oh, well, I don't want to pay for a month's gym membership for half a month. £8, £9 for that, even if you had to pay that half a month that you're not going to use.
Most gyms are cheap nowadays,
But
anyway.
it's like, is that worth it? Is that £9 worth you changing your mind by the end of the month?
It's an investment in your health. to be
Exactly,
fair.
for £9.
But, yeah,
That's
like,
a takeaway.
You,
Not even that.
Well, you think about it. The amount of people that will go out on a Friday night and spend like £4 or £5. There's a club that we go to. Not every. Well, I don't go every Monday, but every now and then. Which the entry for it is like £4, and people will happily pay that and then buy a couple of drinks inside. But spending like £15 on half a gym membership or a gym membership for half a month, which they won't charge you anyway, people get up in arms about it, and I've never understood that mentality.
No different to walking into like the likes of a Shell garage and paying £2 for a Monster. You do that a few times in a month, and
It's £1.78.
do that 4 times in a month, and there's that half.
Do you
a month's
realise that
benefit.
if you bought 2 of those monsters, it would be more than what Co-op are offering at the moment, 2 for £2.75?
Fuck.
As you can tell, we're sponsored by Monster today.
Unofficially,
Yeah,
and not at all.
and there's a can over there. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get another can today. But yeah, so that is just something that baffles me. Why wait? Because they're the type of people that are going to give up. They're going to be part of the 80% that fail.
Yeah, but that's if they even make it into the gym by the end of the month, when they've had 2 weeks to talk themselves out of it. And I'll start with just changing my diet first, and then I'll go to the gym when I've lost a little bit of weight.
Yeah. So that's how you would compensate for, or not compensate, but what's the word you would use? That's the way you would approach it. If you were looking to start your resolution,
Well, I was about to say, it depends how you want to look at it. If obviously, from that respect, it's people making excuses before it's even started. It's
Yeah.
almost preparing for it.
yeah, because you're already. If you're saying like, "Oh, I'm not going to start I'm not going to start the gym until the new year," and it's like the beginning of December because Christmas, rah rah.
Exactly.
You're
What's the point now in Christmas?
Well, yeah, you think about those. You're not really going to binge until, let's say, the 23rd, 22nd to
Yeah,
the
so-
20 to let's just say the 22nd to the 1st of January.
Yeah.
That's 7 days. You can start the gym, make a good amount of progress, and then when you start the new year, you'll be back where you were at the beginning of December.
But you're not
you're not like 2 months behind trying to catch up on yourself, and you've got that base experience, so you can go into the new year and attack it. So, on the topic of setting unrealistic goals, the easiest way to do it is just to attack it or approach it one thing at a time. So set yourself like a weekly goal, right? This week I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. I'm going to maybe have 1 takeout this week instead of 2, and I'm not going to have McDonald's breakfast every morning.
I'm just going to change 2 of my meals that week to
to something more a lot more healthy. That's an easier way of combating like that sort of shit, what was the point?
Some kind of knee-jerk reaction, if you will, to the new year, new me crap, and then just literally just bosh, everything thrown away.
Yeah, cold turkey. It's the same thing with smoking. I've never...
Yeah, I'm the opposite way. I went cold turkey.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, some people can do it, and some people just genuinely can't give up on things, but my clients get really shocked whenever they tell me they're used to eating this much food, and I'm like, right, eat the same amount, eat the same foods, just reduce it week by week. Just put it in their MyFitnessPal account that I track, and then we're like, right, we're gonna take out this week, this meal, and it just weans them off it. It's a lot easier than just giving up, because then you get into there's someone that I know that is doing a competition later this year, like November time this year. And his approach to dieting about it is eating a very restrictive diet. But yeah, every week so far, every weekend, they've binged. And it's because of that, you're taking everything you like out of it, and you're left with nothing.
And then one shit meal happens on a Friday night, and that's basically...
And that's your weekend.
I'll start it on Monday.
Yeah. And then it's just like that same cycle of going through the week, rebounding, and it's just not great. It puts you in a long process of just catching up on yourself. And that's what I did for years, yo-yo dieting.
It does feel a negative process.
Yeah, massively. It massively fucks with your mindset as well. Another point that I got is they don't believe that they can achieve their goals or the goals they've set, which links in with the second or the fourth one down, which is they have the wrong mindset, which we briefly spoke about just then. But yeah, it's the same concept as if you don't think you're going to achieve your goals. 1, they are probably too high and you have no idea how to get there. 2, you just need to sit down, write your end of year goal out, and write up 12 goals you can achieve once a month, and then 52 goals that you can achieve once a week that will build up to it.
Yeah.
That's how I started doing it, and then I start writing like daily to-do lists.
God, I love a to-do list.
So with this whole making more content shit, I've went through the process like for ages. I would actually, like, for the past 2 weeks, I would just like write to-do lists, but I wouldn't have any idea what I wanted to achieve by the end of that week. Now that I've set this content calendar up, which if I can find a picture or if I can be bothered to overlay it, I will, of just my, of what every piece of content that's going to come out this month. And there's something coming out every single day, whether it's a YouTube video, a Facebook post, or a YouTube or Facebook post or a podcast. There's something going up online. There's a piece of content that I can do every single day that I can link back to one another.
At least it all adds up.
Yeah, and now that I can see it on a week-to-week basis, I'm like, right, I know what I need to do this week. So rather than, like, last week, for example, I was like, right, I'm going to record my podcast, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, well, I'm not releasing my podcast till, like, next week. So why would I do it this week? And then it's just shit like that. But now I can actually track. Like, I've got a Facebook post coming out tomorrow, which is on... It's 5 ways to change your eating habits to a more beneficial eating habit. So... One of my to-do list today is to write that post while I'm at work.
Yeah.
It'll take half an hour, won't take long. So I know when to do it. And I can upload that tomorrow, post it tomorrow, and then Wednesday I've got a video coming out, so I can record that tomorrow. And then Friday, this podcast comes out, which is what we're doing now. So
just putting it out there so you can hold yourself accountable and responsible for what you're doing, rather than just going, well, I don't have time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they set these goals, and then they don't write it down or figure out how they're going to get there. Or,
like I say, it's just the knee-jerk reaction of a week before, 2 days before, even on the day, it's new year, new me.
Yeah, they don't prep for it. Like,
literally, I'll just throw the ideas out there. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to be.
Same, it's just, fucking, what was it? My brother was, when he wanted to start dieting this year, didn't diet for the first 7 days of January because, and I quote, he had to get rid of the shit he had in his house. He fucking ate everything. Which, to be fair, I did the same thing, but was honest with yourself about it. But no, but I was like, right, my prep doesn't start for my show until the 1st of January. And I was dieting from the beginning of December because I knew Christmas was going to be a fuck-up point for me. So I wanted to start the year lower than what I was. So I started the beginning of December off at 68.8 kilos. I started January off at 68. So the training that I did throughout December, some people may think, well, the lowest I got to was 65 kilos, which is a good 3 kilo difference.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed Christmas and I set myself up for the new year to benefit myself. But yeah, from like December 25th up until New Year's, I was like, right, I've got all this shit food in my house. Let's eat it. But I didn't let it carry over. I made sure it was done and I'd compensate for that the whole entire month to get myself ready. And I knew I was going to put on weight. I knew where I wanted to start. In December and January 1st, which was actually lighter than I thought it was something. So, yeah. So in terms of like believing in the fact that you can't achieve your goals, you need to get into the mindset. And if you think your goals are unrealistic or unachievable, you need to sit down and think, are they right for you, or have you made them too complicated or too far fetched that you have no idea how to get them?
It's just unrealistic.
You need to sit a bit closer, mate.
Just making sure it's not unrealistic.
Yeah, massively. Easier said than done. What is unrealistic?
What is unrealistic? You're turning around and wanting to be in a bodybuilding show in March when you've never trained in a gym, or one of these who, I mean, they want the
I'm pretty sure I wanted to do it. Is that reference?
they want a perfect beach body by June, but they're going to start training in January.
They want to be taller, but they don't know how. Height transplants aren't a thing. Another one that I've got on here is they get bored with goals because it's not 100%, because they're not. They get bored of goals because they're not 100% happy with them, which links on with they care too much about what other people think. Now, this can go down to like certain cultures, because certain cultures, obviously, the family's a bit more strict, so you have to go into a certain role, a certain job role, so your goal may be to do a certain degree that you're not happy with, or what is it, you may get ridiculed for being overweight, which you may be happy about. Like, you may be fine with being, not happy about being ridiculed, but you may be fine and comfortable, like my fat friend Connor, who just accepts the fact that he's fat.
And a gamer.
Yeah, and a gamer. Drinks 2 litres of fucking non-diet Pepsi a day. He accepts he's overweight, but if everyone started calling him that, and then he changed, and then he was like, right, I'm going to lose weight, but he doesn't care about being overweight.
He's not doing it for himself, he'd be doing it for other people.
Yeah, and I think if you're doing something for someone else, especially in terms of like your New Year's resolutions or your goals,
you'll never have the same.
Yeah, it's like
giving up smoking. It's like giving up anything. Up smoking, if you're giving it up because you want to, like when I gave up, it was easy. No, I mean, it was cold turkey, no problem.
You can move that close if you want to lean back, but I think there's a big difference as well between, like, let's say you're in a situation where you enjoy the job you're doing, but it pays well, or it pays okay, but then you find out like you've got a family, just pops up, and then you have to either apply for a job that pays more money but you don't like, and you have to give up the job that you do like but doesn't pay as much. Now there's a difference in both these situations, because you're doing it for the beneficial of for someone else, your family, whereas if you are setting a goal to do, say if what is it, your parents are unhappy with the job you have, but you love it, and you're like, well, I'm going to get a better job that they think is fine, or that everyone else is fine. Maybe all of your friends earn a lot of money, so you start, doing a job or doing something else, try and getting into their field, just to kind of keep up with them. And I think it's the idea of people either try and impress people, try and make people happy, that in turn they don't focus on their own happiness, which is, it's unsustainable. It's not sustainable at all. It's like doing say if like I put you on a powerlifting program, you may enjoy it, but you may enjoy it for a week and then think, fucking, this is not what I want to do. Yeah. Which is not what you want to do. So it goes with everything. But
again, it's going back to, obviously, for example, overweight people who are happy that they're overweight, and then people start commenting or ridiculing or whatever, and they feel that they need to almost impress society by going to the gym or such, or just to almost shut people up. They're not going to sustain it because they don't enjoy it. I'm not being funny. If we didn't enjoy it, we couldn't sustain getting up at fucking 3:45 and being in the gym at 5. If I didn't like it or didn't enjoy it, fuck, would I do it?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't, would you? And I think, you made me forget what I was going to say. That's it. So, bringing up the topic of, like, people that go to the gym, tag themselves in the gym, and then they're we've seen it, look, they're just on the fucking treadmill or whatnot, reading a book, not really doing anything. How many of them people were actually there because they want to be, or because it's like, oh...
I like people to think I go to the gym.
Yeah, and they just tagged themselves in it and whatnot.
So like in 2 years, 3 years, no, 2.5 years going to the gym, never once have I tagged myself at the gym.
No. I've taken pictures of me at the gym.
No matter where we've been or I've been, I've never once tagged myself in a gym. I fucking hate it. But some people do it to hold themselves accountable, obviously to put it out there that they go to the gym. So people then, if they don't start tagging themselves, ask why they're no longer going.
I think it's...
Or is it just to say, I go to the gym?
I think people shouldn't be doing that.
And just half the time...
If people are asking why aren't you going or whatnot, I think quiet actions give massive results. If the same person who's asking why aren't you been to the gym is someone that tags themselves in the gym, but they're the people that we were just talking about. Whereas the guy who doesn't tag himself in it is working hard. Yeah,
2 reps, quick selfie.
Exactly. Or gets his mate to film him doing his exercises.
Fucking weird ones they are.
Yeah, with a proper mirrorless DSLR camera.
Yeah, spending way too much on equipment.
So I've fucking paid that camera off now.
Them type of people.
Oh, I've paid that off. I've just realised I've got £240 next month that I don't have to spend on anything.
Athlete allowance.
No, that's you. You're my athlete allowance. This is why you get yourself... if you're going to be the poor friend of your social group, you make sure you're getting a fucking benefit from it. There's always a positive. I said the same thing to my friend Travis. He's on like 26 grand now a year. He's like 23, 24. And I was like, oh... if I'm going to be your poor friend, you give me a fucking athlete allowance every month or a monster allowance. What would you prefer more? Me spending 30 quid on monsters from your account or me buying £45 worth of athlete?
Fucking spending nothing from my account is what I prefer. I've got a wife and 4 kids for that.
I bought these really nice tops from River Island yesterday. I got a maroon one and the grey one you saw me in yesterday. They're only 18 quid.
Cool. That's on topic.
I just wanted the olive one that I saw and the black one.
You should have bought yourself it then.
Okay. Yeah.
Dickhead.
Fucking dickheads, me. Yeah. And finally, this is another one for why people fail their New Year's resolutions. They
have unsupportive people like him.
Shit, no, that's a good one, that is. Okay, second to last. People expect quick results and are disappointed when they don't get them. Now, this comes down to people over-expecting and underperforming.
Or just over-expecting.
And not performing.
Well, no, but you've got, again, your New Year, New Me people who think eating healthy for a week and going to the gym is going to make that fucking Christmas roll disappear. And at the end of the first week, they're unhappy. By the end of the second week, come Friday, they don't see the results that they were over-expecting.
Yeah.
And then it's kebab.
Yeah.
Pizza.
What's the point if it's not going to work?
Circle starts again.
So this would be helpful if you had a friend in the field that your goal is setting. So if you have a friend in a high-paying job, maybe he can give you some tips on how to improve everything. Yeah, how he got there. I released a video Monday this week about the same topic and just go through like 5 points and give out 5 points of why people fail and then how to improve them. Pretty much like we're doing here, but not as in depth. And it was just me talking. Made a few funny jokes in there. Go watch it. Shit. I keep distracting myself. What was I saying?
You're plugging your video.
Yeah, before that.
5 reasons of failing.
I keep forgetting. If
you've got a friend who's earning money.
No, that's it. Yeah. So
ask him how he got
so one of the topics that I did is like do your research.
Yeah.
So find out who has done what you're doing or has done what you want to do, started where you were, which everyone has, and got to where they were. This could be in anything. This doesn't have to just be in fitness or your career. This could be literally in if you want to improve your knowledge, improve like self-confidence.
You have to ask, man. YouTube's such a wealth of
information.
Yeah,
well, not only that, Google. Type in on Google, and in 1 second you've got 10,000 plus results that you can just pull from all of that resource and knowledge.
Spend some time actually looking into it.
Yeah, literally an hour a day. And it's that sort of effort that people don't put into it. So if, let's just say, we keep like banging on about weight loss, but it's the easiest one to talk about because we've done it, we know, is if you don't know anything about weight loss and you just think, it's, like, 'cause everyone thinks, I just eat healthy food and go to the gym. You can still eat too much healthy food. It's a caloric deficit. You need to be expending more than you're consuming to promote weight loss. A salad doesn't make you lose weight.
No.
going to the gym doesn't make you lose weight. It helps, and these are good tools and methods of getting into a deficit. But
the people you see, it's come straight out of the gym and then go to McDonald's.
Yeah, right across the road.
And it's just like,
I remember seeing that. Yeah, Pizza Tuesdays in America. If you Planet Fitness, I don't know if it's Pizza Tuesdays or Fridays, but they give a slice of pizza to their members on a certain day of the week.
Crazy. But
fucking
it's like I say, it's just having the right mindset for it. You can't expect, you can't.
Mindset was 3 points ago.
Yeah, but it's just saying it's a right mindset for it. That's the biggest one. Is people.
People from Lee Park.
Quick to make Pompey people. Quick to make New Year's.
Give me your
resolutions.
shoelaces, mate.
That's Paul's Grove. They're quick to make New Year's resolutions, but aren't prepared to put the work in for it. It is literally a case of just because they've made the resolution, it should fall into their lap.
Yeah, it takes a while. Like, you could apply for 100 jobs. You could only get an interview at 2 of them, and you could be absolutely fucking underprepared and dreadful. If you got an interview coming up for like a high-paying job, do your research about it. Like, go back, research the company, research their clientele, research, like, look into like deals they've done, or look into the people that have like, done these big corporate deals or whatnot. And
over-prepare.
Yeah, over-prepare.
Under-prepare, prepare to fail.
Yeah. I'd rather have that knowledge there and not need it than need it and not have it.
Exactly.
Plus, you could teach them a thing or two.
Chances are that's why you're paid less, but no. That's why you're coming from McDonald's.
But yeah, a lot of people, just over expecting, underperforming, expecting results instantly. It's so, and this is down to all these fucking like 30-day transformations, which this shit can happen, but these like 30-day transformations and cleanse diets and whatnot.
Fat wraps, tablets. They see all these fucking pictures put up on Facebook of this was me 2 weeks ago, 3 wraps a day for a week.
Yeah, this is me 2 weeks ago in the same fucking, in the same clothes and the same outfits and in the same place, but the lighting's different. And I've turned up the clarity on this photo. So
I'm breathing in.
Yeah, and I'm twisted a little bit, so everything looks a little bit skinnier.
I have wrapped myself, which has compressed my stomach for a little bit. Quick, take the picture just before everything flops back out again. Wearing
it. I now know how to use a fucking corset.
Yeah, no. Fucking get a picture quick. Bosh.
Quickly take it. But yeah, and then finally, what you were saying, not finding a support group,
having to do it on your own. I think, like I said to you, we're starting my weight loss journey. I didn't have the support group, if you will. My missus still went to...
I still don't have in terms of like, I'll let you finish. That's
right, you go. You're more important, obviously.
What's the fucking podcast called? Who's on the thumbnail?
It's called Jimmy Fix It.
You can't say that shit.
He fixed it. But yeah, basically, like you say, I never had the support group. I was lucky and I had a strong mentality at the time. But yeah, fucking friends who, either don't bother with you because you're not going to the pub or you're not going out for meals and that, they're not the friends you want, really. Friends should support you. Not be funny, should be the case. You should still get invited out to places.
You can still incorporate social events and shit.
Exactly.
That's not the issue.
They shouldn't have to bend themselves for you, but at the same time, they need to understand where you come from, where you're going, and try to support you in it. And if it is a case of they're going out for a shitty Domino's or something like that, and then going out somewhere else, whether you just hit one half of it and miss out the bit that you could be tempted to fuck up on. Do you know what I mean? Or do your own research. You said to me about this. It's Domino's. You do their ultra thin base or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what I always get.
Never fucking knew about that.
Fucking so many less calories.
Never knew about that. Just used to avoid pizza like the plate.
But honest to God, that you finish them so fast. Yeah. When I talk about thin, I mean like thin.
Tortilla thin.
Yeah, and you can just like chow down them. It's so easy to eat. Like literally, I was putting like one on top of the other and just eating it. It's crazy.
Just roll it up like a fucking...
I haven't had a pizza in ages.
Pizza.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, did you know what I miss the most though? Do you know what I'm really craving at the moment? Spaghetti bolognese, meatballs.
Lasagna, man.
Oh fucking yeah.
Lasagna.
Apple crumble.
Lasagna the next day when it's cold and you can just push it into French bread and just make a lasagna sandwich.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, make it go hard. Everything's better when it's hard. But yeah, a support group is definitely like because. I haven't got a massive support group now.
Your bitchiness keeps me pretty much on track.
Like I have a few people that obviously know what I want to do. Yeah. We'll sit down and do like podcasts. Like, you don't have to be here, but you're spending an hour and a half out your day. And here doing
supporting
this.
the growth of CM Fitness.
Yeah. It's only because I've promised him when I get really big, I'll give him I'll pay off his debt.
But we know he's never going to be big because he's 5'3".
5'4".
Is it 5'4"? Sorry. Fucking don't do me out.
Don't lie. Don't diss me like that on my
5'3".
podcast. 5'3 3/4. But if you round it up, do the maths.
We'll round
Anything
it up.
over a half is rounded up to a whole.
5'4" then.
Yeah.
Still small but dreaming big.
Yeah, that's my
Instagram bio.
hashtag small but strong. I recently hit a 120 kilo bench press, and
Staggeringly good. Have also got a beer that relates to him, which is Little Arms, Big Ambitions.
Oh, if I ever rebrand the podcast, that's what it's going to.
Fucking love it, mate.
Yeah, Little Arms, Big Ambitions. I have big arms though. Big arms, big ambition. But yeah, support group definitely helps, and it is more than just like having someone to spot you at the gym. It's more than just having someone to be like to bounce off and whatnot. It's having someone just to call you out on your shit.
Yeah.
To keep you accountable.
To call you out and shit, but also at the same time, someone who you can actually go to and go, whether it be, you know what I mean, I'm at home, I'm bored, I've got a massive craving for pizza, I'm going to fuck up. When you know, one of them nights where you just know you're going to fuck up.
Yeah.
We've all had them. Mine was New Year's Eve. It was meant to be like New Year, new start. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do the traditional fucking blowout on New Year's Eve. Next thing I know, fucking that was it. It was actually a calzone was ordered. And I'm sat there with a beer in one hand and fucking a rolled up pizza in the other, and I was like, well, we'll throw that.
Were you wearing your Alphalete cut-off as well?
No, I won't wear an Alphalete cut-off. Why would I wear that?
Proper little hillbilly.
Fucking wife beater, beer in one hand. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, it's just having someone you can call you out on your shit.
Yeah, and someone who
is not afraid to call you out on your shit.
Yeah, and
so many friends are just yes no people.
So many friends are just yes people.
Yeah, but I'm more like no.
Oh, I think I'm gonna binge tonight. Yeah, go on. I'll come round. We'll have some food together. Be a good time.
One of those fucking. Should we go out for it? Yeah, let's go out and get a pizza. Let's go out and have beer.
Yeah, one of the.
Let's just go bowling or to the cinema where you. Well, to be fair, the views sell fucking alcohol. But yeah, just going up somewhere where it's a bit easier not to fuck up on. Let's just say he wants to fuck up. Fuck it. Let's give him a hand.
Yeah. They're not the people you want to surround yourself. Also, you don't want to surround yourself with the people that are blaming the world for all their problems. Problems. I know too many people that are, let's say they don't achieve their goals or what they set out to do, and it's I didn't have the money. Well, you do. You just fucking spent it on going out,
or get away on FIFA.
Yeah. Or like, I'm not earning enough. Well, apply for a different job. Oh, it's not that easy.
Do some overtime.
It seriously is that easy. Just apply for a new job. I fucking took a pay decrease in my job, and I'm still sustaining my lifestyle.
Took a pay decrease to go where I work, and now I run the place.
Well, exactly. It's about having the end. What is it?
The long game.
The bigger picture in mind, and not thinking small. But that's not to do with a support group. But having the type of people massively help. If you can have someone that will sit you down, that is maybe they're doing the same thing of you, or maybe they're more experienced than you in whatever you want to do.
Maybe there's a way you can pull a business together through the knowledge that you've got within your friendship.
Yeah, there's all this stuff, but you don't want to be surrounding yourself like what is it like
naysayers.
The 5 people you spend the most time with, you are the combination of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if you spend your time with fucking losers,
I'm fucked.
That's why I only train with you. Yeah, but if you spend your time with people that are unmotivated, everything is everyone else's fault, they don't take accountability or responsibility, where do you think you're gonna end up?
Start believing that shit.
Yeah, that mindset's gonna infect you, and a ship doesn't sink until it lets water in. Be a battleship.
Some of them do sink.
Yeah, but it sounds hard, doesn't it? Got guns.
Got guns and knives.
Guns and knives.
Guns for show, knives for pros.
So that's all the reason that I'm giving of why people fail their New Year's resolutions. Unless you got anything else to add. No.
It's usually just down to I'm prepared and not being around the right motivational people.
So let's talk about. Is there a difference between goal setting and setting New Year's resolutions?
I think goal setting it should be something you do when it's needed.
Yeah.
To make it to make progression, to physically get shit done. Whereas in New Year's resolutions, unfortunately, just tend to be the once a year where you can get away with making the most unrealistic statements.
I think it's just about the whole concept or the weight behind each one of them. Yeah, I'm going to set a goal. Easy. Yeah, I'm going to stick to my New Year's resolution. Ah, shit, I have to keep this for a whole entire year.
Most people fail because they generally just, like say, don't put enough thought into what they're saying. I think that's
It's one of those things. This this just that spontaneous or that what is it? Quick to rash thinking. Just like I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that.
Because everyone else is.
Yeah.
Setting a goal is something you personally need. Where like say, New Year's
Yeah,
resolution,
everyone like I don't see a bad Oh, what's this saying? Oh, that's a good one. People pressure themselves into achieving their resolutions. The thing it comes down to is a New Year's resolution and a goal, pretty much the exact same thing, but it's just the weight behind each one of them is slightly different. You can set goals are so common nowadays. Everyone's scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's. But no, they are the exact same thing. But it's just a New Year's resolution. It's so much pressure, sorry, to make sure you don't fail, and you
most people do.
Yeah, and you don't fuck up, and it's a New Year's resolution that will make people think I'm better, or some shit like this, and it's not for yourself. Where, like you said, a goal for me seems a bit more personal.
Yeah.
If I set goals, it's something that I want to do personally.
It can be literally anything small through to, like you say, changing job, go down a new career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to wait to the start of a new year. Goal can just be at any point.
Yeah. Also, that's one that I didn't even think of until I looked. New resolutions are outdated. How many people do you reckon have set resolutions 2 years ago and are like, right, I'll do it this year? But your aspirations may have changed in those 2 years, but yet you're still trying to achieve the exact same goal.
How many years should you hold on
to
that same resolution before you let it go and change it? Don't bother.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, what was it? I saw a Facebook post the other day, and it was like, a hand, and it said 2016's resolutions, and then it was like you, and then 2019, and it was like something about ignoring them, and I'm just sitting there thinking, shit me, how many people actually setting themselves goals that they've had for the last like 4 years or so, and you look back on it, and you're a completely different person.
You think how many people in the first week of January have seen the same status update on the Facebook memories pop up?
Oh, that's tragic. That is.
This year I'm going to hit the gym. New year, new me. This year I'm going to lose weight. This year I'm going to change my job. Blah blah blah. 4 years later, still the same fucking person.
And this is why you need to exactly that. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations to push yourself, because you don't want to look back January 2020 and think, oh, fuck.
I'm still the same person as I was.
This year I'll do it. This year I'll get this better job. I'll lose this weight. I'll build up my confidence. I'll move to another country. I'll get that fucking neck reduction surgery.
Yes. India's offering it out, apparently.
Yeah. Like, you don't want to be that person that's a year from now thinking shit. So you got to take the steps in order to do it. And that's.
I think now, especially how my mindset is these days, I would rather give it a go and fuck it up than be here a year later and not have even
making
put
mistakes.
myself out there.
Yeah, making mistakes is part of learning and embrace mistakes.
Even
Failing is part of learning.
Like I say, even if you've got the same resolution 4 years from now, but each year you genuinely have tried and genuinely put effort in, but it hasn't pulled off.
Maybe you need to look at doing something, like hiring someone. Not just like PT and fitness, but maybe hiring someone to help with your CV and shit.
Each time you fail is not a fail. It's just
a
stepping stone to the right direction.
It's teaching you where you need to go differently. Same thing with this is the whole PT thing. How many versions of programs have I written to finally come up with one that I'm happy with? How many times have I tried tracking people's weight until I found a way that is easier for me to track?
Trial and error until you find
trial and error, exactly. Failing, you gotta embrace it. Failing's part of learning. You can't learn if you don't fail. If you don't fail, you're perfect, and perfection doesn't exist.
And trial is the main word.
Trial and error. Yep. Fuck up and learn from it.
Just don't fuck up and don't learn from it. Don't keep repeating the same fuck ups.
Yeah. Don't take failure on face value as what it is, as a bad thing.
No.
It's not.
Analyze your failure and see where you could.
Yeah, take a step back. Write it down, figure out what happened. If your diet failed, what happened? Hanging around with the wrong people? Did you not meal prep? Do you have the weekend, like, oh, thank God it's Friday
See,
feeling?
my usual fails, like you say, meal prep. I'll meal prep for 4 days in advance. And then it'll be, I forget that like Friday's my busy day because I've got to finish work, goes back, do my cardio, then come home, get showered, take my kids to scouts. And all of a sudden it's 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm fucking starving. I've got nothing prepped. And it is easier just to order a takeout while you pop off and get your kids back from scouts, or while you run a bath or whatever. And it's convenient that someone else can do that bit. Whereas if you'd meal prep the day before, just in that scenario, it's there, it's in the fridge.
Yeah.
Bosh, easy. Done.
Cook your chicken. Cook it in bulk.
Don't cook it medium rare.
Nah, don't do that. I've seen that. I've seen it with my own eyes.
I've seen the pink.
But yeah, oh God. Yeah, failures.
Embrace it.
I still don't like it sometimes because it does make you feel like shit. And it makes you feel like, especially like the amount of times that I've tried scripting videos and writing out notes and stuff and doing podcasts and it just hasn't. I'm just like, oh, it seems a bit incoherent and a bit fractured and whatnot. But you gotta keep doing it. If you don't keep doing it, how are you gonna improve on it? You'll perfect it. Everyone does. Think of all these people that again have started businesses and failed. Someone on YouTube that I watch has like failed like 5 or 6 businesses until he got his right one.
It's no different to Google, man. They started in a shed. Apple started in a garage. Amazon started in someone's bedroom. They didn't get it right first time. They must have shitloads of fuck ups.
And I think the issue is social media mainly because people don't show you their failures unless you're Gary Vee.
Yeah.
And Gary Vee shows everyone his failures, but most social media influencers, most Instagrammers, most YouTubers,
You only ever see the highlights.
yeah, they're not going to show you the years that they had to spend setting up their equipment, taking it back down, re-recording videos, their hardware getting or their files getting deleted, and then they had to re-record it. Them staying up late night scripting videos or whatnot, or people finding new jobs that spend weeks planning, preparing.
All you see is them
All the
spending
interviews,
the benefits they reap from it. And
all the
making it look
interviews
easy.
that they got rejected from. Everything. It's just especially on social media, it gives everyone the impression that you have to succeed straight away, or you're not going to achieve
social
it.
media unsociable though, just unacceptable kind of attitude. It's got to be. More people need to start showing their fuck ups. So it makes social media sociable again, because it can get you down when the people you aspire to be like, or that you take your learning from, if you will. If all you ever see is them getting it fucking right, getting it on point every time, it almost devalues what you're doing. Because if again,
if they're getting it right, and
if they're knocking them out, if they're knocking their vlogs out every single fucking day, every other day without fail, and you're going a couple of months between because life, where you're not doing it full time, you obviously PT and that, it can make you feel down because you feel you're fucking up because everyone else around you see succeeding and doing it, but you're not seeing the fact of, like they've been doing it years and they've got to a point now where financially they're stable enough to not have to work I'm not saying a proper job, but a normal job,
9 to 5,
and fit this in between. Again, it's just being realistic with yourself and kind of almost embracing the fact of you're starting out where they were and just not expecting yourself to be like them after like an hour or 4 hours or a day, a week, a month. You know what I mean? It's taken them years probably to get where they are.
Exactly.
And you're expecting it within a couple of weeks and then getting down on yourself because it doesn't appear to be coming around as quick as you want it.
Exactly. And that's New Year's resolutions 101 for you.
Yeah, man.
So we're going to bring the podcast to an end here. Because we're running tight on time, but I think we covered a fair amount of points and gave everyone some valuable information. Again, I don't see any point of saying it now because if they've got to this point, they've watched the whole hour. But if you want to see a more condensed down version of this, I'll leave a link in the description. Go check out my video that I released on Monday that covers the exact same topic. It's called New Year, New You. And its thumbnail was a picture I edited the other day. It was really fucking good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the first week back. Next week, we're going to cover dieting and exactly what it takes to diet and succeed on a diet and how to knock over bottles. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Take all these points, go back, listen to it again, share it with a friend. Anything, please. Get me out of this 9 to 5 routine.
And you may learn to say anything, not anything.
Yeah, that one too. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found something useful from it. Me and Carl will be back next week. in different outfits.
Yeah, man.
And we'll see you in the next podcast. Or hear you, depending on how you watch this. Bear in mind, this goes up on, if you're watching this on SoundCloud, this is up on YouTube on Saturday. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is up on SoundCloud. So if you don't want to waste your mobile data watching it when you are just listening to it, go on SoundCloud.
Fair play.
Easier, but if you're trying to sleep to it, don't, because it will just play every other podcast that I've done. And you'll hear me throughout all your night.
Trust me, that'll make you go to sleep quick.
Yeah, oh yeah, but it will haunt them.
Fucking haunt your dreams.
Look, you really did. That's what they'll hear.
Anything?
Yeah, that too. Anyway, have a good week. See you next time. Peace. Say bye.
Bye.
Don't listen to that dickhead.
He's a cunt. It's the fucking wussies. I got a piss so bad.
Oh, fuck off.